Yes, how are you? Today I'm going to pull on the collective ascension and the divine masculine, divine feminine connections. I have been getting a significant amount of visions and information personally around this. I'm going to start out by sharing some of those visions and information. And instead of sitting within myself and diving into it, I decided to actually pull on it and see what we could get collectively to either support what I'm seeing or give us more insights into it. So, for those of you that have been here with me, you know that I look into the masculine and feminine collective energies at the core of the bigger collectives. And for those of you that are new, it's a little bit different of a perspective than you're probably used to. But with all of that being said, there's information that's helpful because we're all on these different paths and different trajectories, but at the core of it, there is this simultaneous core purpose of bringing in the new love templates to the planet, regardless of what we're experiencing in the physical world. So there is a thread of commonality within all of it. And that's the part I like to connect with. But then I also want to look at how is that playing out right now in the 3D world. So we talk a lot about the feminines having been, especially over the last 3 or 4 years, as a bigger collective, going through their dark night of the soul, going through huge tower moments, shedding a lot of the past of who they were, shedding karmic situations, learning how to unconditionally love herself, moving into building her new life in a stable manner. And as the feminine collective is stabilizing, the masculine was holding his space in the mirror, allowing the feminine to see what she was still holding within her that was not true love and allowing her to transmute that. While the masculines were holding that space in the old energies, it allowed for the feminines to move forward. I believe that we have reached a point, a big tipping point within this, um, especially seems to be within this eclipse corridor. We have the second eclipse coming up in a few days, or actually tomorrow. Huh, oops. So we're in this window, and what I keep being shown is that this next eclipse is like through this last couple weeks, the feminines at a larger collective have more fully pulled back and stepped out of all of the old patterns, places and spaces where she didn't even know she was still holding up old energies. That's where the feminines have been called to fully pull back and fully focus in the new, because the collective, there was enough of the bridging energy to allow the old to collapse. So I keep seeing a vision that this upcoming eclipse is where the tower and the collapse happens, and it will trigger a collective energy tower moment for the masculine collective to begin their journey in being able to shed their karmic layers. This isn't to say that the masculines haven't done any of that or anything up until this point. I think it's a very individual experience, and they've certainly been learning and growing on their own pathway. But a lot of the overall actual physical world masculine transitions that we've been waiting to see, I'm being shown that this is going to begin at a very big, broad, deeper level with this current time. So I was also shown that part of it may be connected to the monetary material world, because so many of the masculines are bogged down in their identity around money, material, and the monetary world. I sat with that for a while, and I know like everybody and like lots of people are talking about how the financials or the monetary systems are going to change. I do not know what that's going to look like. It just makes sense to me when the way this information came in, that there would be some form of a shift globally or collectively to the monetary material world in order to support the masculine rigidity within our whole planet, and not just men masculines, but within all of our masculine systems, all of that deep programming that keeps us locked only into the 3D physical world and ignoring our emotional and spiritual selves. As we're evolving and ascending on this planet, that's just not going to be able to continue that way. And Mother Earth is very much evolving and going through her own ascension. So if we're here on this planet living, then we are experiencing a form of evolution and ascension, whether we're aware of it or not, whether we're actively participating with it or not. And I feel that the collective that has not been acknowledging any of this or stuffing it or ignoring it or pushing it away, I feel that there is going to be a higher divine energy that collectively is coming in and helping this to shift. Now, do I know how that's going to play out? No. But I'll also tell you this. When COVID happened and the world was freaking out at a soul level, I knew it was a signal letting me know this was why I'm here. Okay. I'm talking about at that soul level. And it is exactly around shortly after that that all of the things I had been asking for my entire life began to crumble on multiple levels, but it was so that I could actually step into truly what I was meant for. It didn't always look pretty, it wasn't always fun, but it ultimately moved me to where I was meant to be. And it also helped me shed a lot of those things that weren't actually me, the programming, the attachments, the codependency, the X, Y, and Z. You get what I'm saying? So now that a portion of the collective is stable and strong enough in that transformed energy, I feel energetically there's going to be another big wave coming through for the next round. I'm sharing this not to support our collective and to support us in knowing that this is ultimately to support the evolution and the ascension. Sometimes the things that don't look so pretty are actually how we get the old rigidity broken up and we start to move into the true flow and sovereignty and liberation that this planet was originally intended to be in. Excuse me, something's clearing in my throat. Uh, okay, I heard the song, Let Me Clear My Throat. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, okay. So I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear from you if you guys are feeling any of those types of energies. But we're going to see, I would just like to ask for clear, direct guidance for those who are here with me on the channel as we move into this next phase. And I'm going to continue to support these energies. So if you're new here and you would like to continue to receive these messages and support, please subscribe and join us here. And bringing in your energy helps bring in more information for the overall collective. So here we go. We are going to just see overall where the energies are at in the physical world. I'm going to start out with one card for the masculines and one for the feminines, and then we're going to see where we're going to go. I said the masculines first, and we got the Queen of Swords. I said one for the feminines, not four. And for the feminines, we got the Five of Swords. Okay. So what I'm getting from this message is that the truth is coming in. The old ways, the old pushing and pulling, the old codependent energies are falling away. Is each one of us unravels ourselves and no longer participates, i.e., like a lot of the feminines have been pulling out of the old way of being, this is what is going to allow it to collapse. This within the masculines, I think this is the second time this week that the Queen of Swords came up for the masculines. I want to feel into it because I feel like I know, yes, I could sit here and say, yes, the feminines are in their truth. And as they're fully standing in their truth, it's putting that truth within the masculine's vicinity so that they can start to look at it. But I'll be fully honest, I can sense energetically on the other side, it's like there's these clouds. What I'm sensing, I'll tell you the vision. I'm seeing this cloud, these clouds between the masculines and feminines. And the feminine's been on one side, like really in her truth, but I can sense the masculine. Okay, roll with my vision. I see the masculine on the other side of the cloud, like coughing and clearing the smoke. Like I can feel the energy. It's like there's something awakening where they're wanting to clear the clouds and the smoke and the mirrors. And what I'm seeing, it's almost like they didn't even know it was there. They they didn't even know these energies were there until the feminine started to walk away and it started to allow these clouds to lift. And now these clouds in the background are like that, maybe that's why I was coughing. It's like they're coughing, like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this was here. So something inside is thawing and awakening and igniting their inner truth. And what's coming up is those like smoke and mirrors, dissociation, the energies that have been keeping them almost in that numbed out state. I told you in my reading 2 days ago, I'll drop that in the pinned comment around where we were feeling sometimes like the shock coming out of our system this past week, where you might feel numbness or tingling. Or for me, I had a day where it almost literally felt like poison was coming out of my system, or like anesthesia was coming out of my body. It was crazy. Like I had to keep going for walks just to get into my body where it was feeling numb. And there was no particular reason for this. I knew it was energetic because I knew I had opened some ancient energies that I was processing and retrieving parts of myself. So I knew what was happening, but I also knew that this was planetary. So if you've been experiencing any of those types of things in the past week or so or two, of course, take care of yourself medically in every single way that you need to. It's an imperative part of supporting the physical process. But also, I'll drop that for you guys to go ahead and listen to if you haven't listened to it yet. But I'm going to pull more on this because this I feel like we have clarity on. We have clarity. We've known for quite some time that the feminines were just like, I'm done. The feminines have been unraveling and unraveling and unraveling for a few years now and are pretty reaching a precipice point of just kind of being totally done with the old patterns. Like it's more exhausting and draining to even participate. It's so much more freeing to just walk away and let it be until it transforms. That this is happening. And so I'm just going to leave that there. If I feel guided, we might pull more on it. But for now, I feel like I really want to dive into what's happening between this part of the masculine and feminine collective, because I do feel, yes, I'm guided to pull 3 cards for the masculines because it's about to shift for them. And I would like to see if we can gain any information or insights or supports on what that might entail. Because I feel like, obviously, if you're a masculine here, take all the support. But I am aware that it's a lot of feminines that are here because we're aware of those in energetic spiritual patterns in a different way, because it's kind of that's our purpose, right? That's a part of our specialty. And so I just want to see what we can be aware of for all of us, masculine or feminine, of course, that fell out. And let's go from there. I said I was going to get 3. So, oh, okay. I got these cards and I'm definitely not going to read the cliche energies. Give me a minute. I really want to sit with what they're telling me. The 8 of Cups and the Knight of Swords came out, and you see the masculine and feminines are both moving forward in different directions. Okay. Feminine is walking towards the sun, walking towards that higher energy. Masculine is moving forward to the motorcycle. To me, this is like moving very much towards that physical energy. Okay. And then it was the Two of Wands. For some reason, right now, this Two of Wands is speaking to me about where these energies meet, right? She's looking out at the sun, but she's got the map of the world there. Okay. I got to pull a little bit more on this. It's almost like they're moving in the same direction. They're moving, yes. So it's like they're going down. Wow, hold on. They're moving towards the same goal, but they're going at it from opposite directions. And it's like it's going to meet like this. So to me, that's signifying where in the past we've talked about the feminines being in the higher chakras and the masculines being in the lower and kind of meeting in the heart space. This feels like the horizontal, where it looks like they're going in different directions, but they're going in the same directions and meeting back up in the physical. What can we know about this in the meantime? It feels like to me when I look at this, now it's like feminines keep holding the vision for the planet. Keep allowing yourself to dream. Yes, you're going to be taking more steps forward into the physical world. I feel like many of the feminines are being freed out of the hermit mode and pushed back out into the world. I know that I certainly have been. So, but there's something about still continuing to hold the vision for the higher energies, which it can be very simple. Of course, you can have your dreams of whatever it is you want, but it feels like the bigger overarching collective for the feminine purpose is focusing on embodying true energy, the true energy and essence of love without pain and suffering, and beginning to hold the vision in the space for building a new foundation in the new 5D energies and above. And I can tell you that the feminines are truly beginning to embody this. We can understand this intellectually, that's one thing, but there are groups of feminines that are beginning to truly embody these essences in real time, in physicality. This embodiment of unconditional love isn't some far off dream. There are people on this planet who are doing it day to day, moment to moment. Maybe it's not perfect. Maybe it's not 100% all the time a sustainable vibration, but there are some high level energies that are sustaining these frequencies enough to where it's stronger than the old energies. And this is holding that vision for the higher blueprint, for those new earth love relationship templates. Okay. Not the templates we grew up in, where love is synonymous with pain and suffering and betrayal and deception and all the shenanigans that we hear in all the songs since we've been born. Yeah, no, that's not what we're here for. No, we're here for this. 2 of Cups, the truth, loves. That alchemical marriage between the inner feminine and masculine within our own beings so that we can come into this physical world alignment. Look, the masculine is being guided by his higher self, whether he realizes it or not. And for me, it's like these come together and then boom, and it's like that higher self came together in those Kundalini energies. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting some downloads right now. This is why it's so important to continue to hold the vision, but in a neutral state. The Pentacles. So as the feminines really drop into building in her material world and building the new and holding the space and the feminine receptivity, but following her guidance with the divine masculine, divine father, divine higher energies supporting her until the masculine meets up in the physical world. Okay. You work, divine feminines work with the highest energies of the divine masculine essence to support you so that you can continue to work with and embody into your divine feminine essence. Allow your higher vision in your higher knowing to accept the support of the divine masculine energies in their pure essence and form so that you can build and begin to move forward in that balanced inner union, still holding space for a masculine to present in your life. This is twofold. What I'm sensing is one, it allows the feminines to actually more fully drop into her feminine receptive energy by allowing herself to receive her guidance from the higher divine masculine energies. So it's preparing her for learning to do that and to feel the support of the masculine, but it's also holding that placeholder for divine masculine to come into her physical 3D world. Okay. In this, I'm sensing and feeling is calling up the masculine collective to move into where they were always meant to be in the first place as they walk into these next steps. Can we get any information around the masculine's tower moment or dark night of the soul, or if there's anything for us to know about this process? We had a Queen of Wands, Nine of Swords, Three of Wands, and Seven of Wands came together. And what it feels like to me is it's just more confirmation that the feminine stepping into her energy is calling the masculines to want to step into their full power and energy because they're no longer feeling the essence of their divine feminine because she's taking care of herself and aligning with the higher divine masculine energies. And as she aligns with the higher divine masculine energies in the higher realms, she's not available to participate in the old 340 patterns. And so that aspect of him is now alone and wants to reach back out for his connection to his higher power, which is exactly beautiful because it'll allow the masculines to connect with their own higher power in their own way. This is the most loving, empowering thing that we can do. The masculines held their purpose and they're ready to move into their next level of purpose. The feminines have held their purpose and they're ready to lead into their next level of purpose. And I think I'm going to do some videos around this. Divine masculine's role and then where it's headed, divine feminine's role and where she's headed. Stay tuned for those if you're interested. All right, loves, I love you. I'm going to leave it here. Keep doing your beautiful, glorious work, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.